From the land of conjurers, flying through the internet to your device like a UAP, hauntingly unexplained and downright weird, this is the Witching Hours, and we are ready to take off in the flash of an eye. Good evening to one and all, wherever and whenever you are listening to this program. I am John the Frost, and joining me, as always, is medium Jenny Lee. How are you doing, Jenny?
I'm doing all right. I hate to tell you, but your microphone sounds kind of rough.
Oh, no.
Was there something that didn't get reset after the computer malfunction? Hoaxsters, thank you for the 9-month subscription. Fabulous.
I honestly don't even know at this point.
And hey, CMC. Yeah, speaking of UAPs, I got a little UFO emote that was flying around right after you said hello. Perfect timing.
All my settings and everything should be the same that they were before. Oh, let me make sure that it's using the right thing. Let me get there.
Okay. Yeah, there was no throwing computers, at least not yet, hoaxsters. At least not yet. And he can throw it. He just better not throw it through a window. He's welcome to throw it like at the fireplace or something that like wouldn't damage anything. That would be okay.
That would be all right.
But not through the window.
No bueno. How does everybody in chat world say my audio sounding? Because it might be a Discord issue. Ah, yes. Output input device.
It's very crackly and oh, there it goes. That sounds much better.
So that actually wasn't a stream issue. That was a Discord issue. I hadn't used Discord since. So I was probably using my webcam in our Discord or whatever.
Oh, I bet that's what was happening because it sounded like garbage. Now it sounds normal.
So welcome in. Tonight might be a night of surprises, as we know. We had something weird happen. So Jenny was doing her stream earlier in the week, and Monday. The power went out like harmless, no big deal. And I came home and my computer was off, and I turned it back on, and I turned on Windows, and it spun and it spun and it spun, and I wouldn't load up Windows. And then finally I loaded it up, and it just locked up. And I did that about 10 times. And then, went into the BIOS and did some investigation. The only thing I could think is that the hard drive that it was on was corrupted. So that was my first step in troubleshooting. Reinstalled Windows on a different drive, and everything's been back up and going, although the other drive seems to be working. So I don't know if Windows got corrupted or what. But anyway, I had to reinstall everything. So there's some things that could go haywire, but we'll get them ironed out eventually. So our show is going to be a little different tonight. We have open lines.
Open lines. What y'all want to talk about? You better call in.
So if there's something you would like to discuss, go ahead and highlight a message in chat, and I will invite you over as a friend in Discord world, and you can jump in the Discord call. No video, because I'll mess up. We'll be spending the whole night getting that all lined up and changed back and forth. But audio. Yes, I think chat actually is in slow mode from our guest last week, from one of the chatters we had last week.
The chatter that was causing the troubles.
Yeah, I can take it out. So if there's something you wanted to talk about, something you read about or saw or just wanted to bring up as a topic, tonight is the night, as we don't have a guest this evening. We have a lot going on. We're going to be leaving tomorrow to head to Lake Shawnee amusement park, and we are going to be, that's fine, hoaxers. You can do that if you would like. We're going to be going there to do some investigation. We're going to record Witching Hours this Saturday. I can't promise. Well, actually, let me take that back. We're not going to do it live. I would like to do it live. There's some chance that we could do it live, but I don't want to say we're doing it live. I don't think we're going to have the internet out there to do it. But what we are going to do is record it like we typically would with our new mobile Witching Hours station. And we'll record an episode there. And then we will put it straight to the YouTubes and the podcasts for your viewing pleasure at a later date. So that'll be coming soon. It'll be fun to talk about all the things that we experience, and you guys can possibly witness some of the things as they happen. We're hoping to have people come by that are going to be investigating with us out there and come on by the table and share their experiences and whatever goes down out there at Lake Shawnee. So we'll be leaving tomorrow evening to head out that way.
Yep.
And
which means I won't be streaming tomorrow, even though I said it all week. I will not be streaming tomorrow because we'll be driving to West Virginia. So no stream tomorrow.
Yeah, it was, we decided at the last minute. So here was the thing.
Hey, Shot Spoken.
To get to West Virginia on time, to get to Lake Shawnee on time, we were looking at having to leave at like 6:30 in the morning, drive all day to get there. I think we have to be there about 1:30 to start doing the tour and all that stuff, and then you investigate all night. Well, I don't know about you guys, but if I get up at 5:30 in the morning, by the time it gets to midnight, I'm going to be petered out. So we decided to go up tomorrow night, get a hotel, get some sleep on Saturday, and be ready for the investigation. So that's why that's changed.
Yes.
So off we go. All right. Are we ready to get into some news?
I think it's news time. AI companies want to bring you back from the dead. Fantasies of immortality and extended life preservation are likely as old as humanity itself, but new advances in robotics and advanced artificial intelligence models are inching those transhumanist tales closer to reality at a rapid pace. AI researchers and entrepreneurs eager to cash in on our deepest rooted anxiety are already developing AI replicas of aging humans that can capture some glimpse of a loved one's soul. Today, companies like Hereafter and Deep Brain AI are using the same underlying tech employed for deepfakes and chatbots in order to create a digital replica, digital replicas of people before they die. These replicas use data and personal memories provided by the soon-to-be deceased human to create a convincing copy. Others, like those at transhumanist group Digital Immortality Now, are similarly developing methods and protocols to properly log and collect data, which they say could one day be used as an advanced superintelligence AI to digitally resurrect a deceased person. Separately, advances in shockingly lifelike robot systems hint at a future with those digital replicas. And they could have a body they use to move around in the world. Hanson Robotics, a Hong Kong-based robot manufacturer formed in 2013, has already developed several creepy-looking humanoid robots modeled after humans that speak and interact with others in the style of the human they are based on. I don't know if y'all saw my face that whole time. I think my face just said it all. No. No, and no.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. It's easy to say no until you see it. I mean, if it gets to the point, I don't know. I don't know what, because I'm against it. But if it gets to the point to where it's like a seamless transition, then I imagine it will become a thing.
It doesn't sound like that's what it is at all. It sounds like they're just recording a bunch of stuff about you, and then it's going to be an AI like computer that just spits out things that like you would have said how you said it. And then they're going to have a robot body that kind of looks like you. No. That's not going to be your soul in it. It's just going to be a computer and a robot.
Well, there's a question. There's a question.
Ain't gonna happen.
I think people will do it for sure.
I'm not saying people won't do it.
Yeah. I think people do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
I think I don't know. I think people are, bereaved. People are, this kind of stuff happens, and I think that could lead to some things like that happening.
Hey, Alyson.
It'll be interesting too to see
and loose.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where tech like that goes. I'm not going for it yet. But
I mean, I can see where the people that are still living would want something like that for someone who's deceased. But I don't know what the hell good it's going to do for the person that's deceased. They ain't going to do nothing.
Oh, I don't think it's going to do anything. It won't do anything for the deceased. It'll be a coping mechanism for the ones left behind.
Yeah. Which I don't know about all that.
Yeah. Story 2, the giant pyramid buried in Indonesia could be the oldest in the world. And if I'm not mistaken, this is out of one of the things they discussed in Graham Hancock's TV show on Netflix. A giant underground pyramid-like structure hidden beneath a hillside in Indonesia far outdates Stonehenge or Giza pyramids, and according to a new paper, may come to rival the oldest megalithic structures ever built by human hands. Remember the name Gunung Padang. The exceptional hillside of ancient stone structures on the island of West Java is sacred to locals.
Cindy Kazo was just there. I just saw a Twitter post that she was there with her her personal series that she does about mediums in different places in the world.
I wonder if they'll talk about this. The exceptional hillside of ancient stone structures on the island of West Java is sacred to locals who call this kind of structure a Pundan Berundak, meaning a stepped pyramid for the terrace that leads to its peak. Archaeologists have barely brushed the surface of the site, and yet it is already considered by many researchers to be a remarkable testament to human ingenuity. It is potentially the oldest pyramidal structure in the world, built atop an extinct volcano before the dawn of agriculture or civilization as we know it. It's worth flagging that there is some controversy over whether this site involves human-made structures or a pyramid at all, or whether many of the features here are a result of natural forces. But an extensive analysis of Gunung Padang, which means mountain of enlightenment in the local language, suggests that an ancient civilization meticulously sculpted the natural hill of lava into the core of a pyramid-like structure long ago. According to new data from scientists in Indonesia, its interior could also very well be hiding large open chambers filled with unknowns. According to the new paper, the first radiocarbon dating of the site indicates that initial construction may have began sometimes in the last glacial period, more than 16,000 years before the present, and possibly as far back as 27,000 years ago.
That's pretty cool.
To put that in perspective, Göbekli Tepe, which is a massive stone assembly in present-day Turkey, is currently considered to be the oldest known megalith in the world, and it dates back to 11,000 years ago. The results of the study on Gunung come after many years of careful analysis, and the story goes on, but I'm pretty sure that's the place that Graham Hancock visited on one of his news show.
I think that was in one of the episodes, yeah.
And I don't know, I guess you have to get down to discover whether or not it's created by man or whether it's a natural. You have to get through and figure that out first, I guess.
I took an art history class in Southeast Asian art, and it was very fascinating because, in the Western world, we don't really talk about places like that very often. And there was so many things that were ancient and amazing that it's not surprising to me that there's something There's other things there getting attention now.
Yeah. And the last story for this evening is world's oldest dog ever dies in Portugal at age 31.
Holy moly, a 31-year-old dog? Like actually in real years?
Yeah, a 31-year-old dog in Portugal that had been ranked as the world's oldest dog ever has died, his owner said Monday. The guard dog called Bobby died over the weekend in a veterinary hospital. Bobby lived on a farm in the village of Conqueiros in Portugal with Costa and 4 cats. He was born on May 11th, 1992, when his owner was just 8 years old.
Wow.
In an interview earlier this year, Costa told the Associated Press that Bobby's secret to a long life was good food, fresh air, and lots of love. Bobby eats what we eat, said Costa. What's more, Bobby had never been put on a leash. Bobby claimed the Guinness World Record from Bluey, an Australian cattle dog who died in 1939 at age 29.
Wow. Is that what Bluey the cartoon's from?
It could be.
Oh.
And it held the record for almost a century. Officials at the Guinness World Records on Monday said they were saddened to learn of the death of the world's oldest dog ever in a statement on their website. Bobby lived to be 31 years and 165 days old. He was a purebred Rafeiro do Alentejo, a breed of Portuguese dog that has an average life expectancy of 10 to 14 years.
Wow.
And there was a picture.
He exceeded his lifetime by three times.
I wasn't completely familiar with the breed, but it didn't look that much like a yellow lab or something like that. Kind of.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mid-sized dog. It wasn't a small dog either. I thought it might be a small one. It was a medium-sized dog.
I think Bobby needs his own cartoon now, like Bluey.
Yeah.
Come on, Portugal. Get on it.
So there we go. 31 years. It's quite the...
Yeah.
Quite
Bluey's,
the life for pups.
Amber's a Bluey expert. I think I've started to become a Bluey expert myself. My daughter watches it a lot. Frosty needs a Duke dog. That is so interesting that you said that, hosters. Because Frosty did have a dog named Duke. It's his favorite dog ever, and someone stole it.
Yeah. They did.
It's a sad story. CMC said, if we think about pyramid building, there must have been an excess of labor and resources in any civilization, for sure. Yeah. Bluey's actually a good show. I enjoy Bluey. Of all the things kids watch nowadays.
We have a dog currently. We have Fenris, the Destroyer of Worlds.
Yes, which he is also part Australian Shepherd.
Mm-hmm. And he is 14. So he's getting his way up in the age category there.
He's the oldest dog I've ever had. Every dog I had before this was only lived to be about 12.
No, Priestess. I had a black lab puppy when I was a little tyke, and I was living in Illinois at the time. My dad was in the Navy, and he was growing up with me. He was a young dog, and the story on that was somehow Duke, the black lab, he came home with 2 puppies, a chocolate lab and a yellow lab. He found them somewhere and brought them home with him. And so my parents had put an ad out for the puppies, and someone came and they wanted Duke, and we said, no, you can't have him, but you can have the chocolate lab or whatever puppy. And then like 2 days later, the Duke went missing. So guy came and took him. Yeah.
Awful.
Anyhow, so
terribleness.
if there's something you guys want to talk about tonight is open lines. We don't have a guest tonight. We had a guest. We don't have a guest any longer. So those kinds of things happen. We have lots of people. Oh, there go all the noises. See, I haven't turned off all my alerts. And so there's going to be some interruptions.
Did you want to share the story of why we don't have a guest?
Not really. We'll just say that we had some. Well, let's say this, because we never know. We live in a. I know there's lots of people out here that do this stuff, but it's a small world. It's a small world. But I will say we had someone lined up, a psychic medium, to come on who was into Mayan, specifically Mayan spirituality. Which is something we've been interested in, and I know that Jenny's heavily interested in.
Mm-hmm.
She's been to Guatemala and stuff like that, and is very in touch with that. But somehow we received an email notification basically saying that they didn't think that we would take the topic seriously.
I guess she must have seen the mud cracks highlight.
And so, I sent some videos saying, well, you can check out these other interviews we've done where we've talked about spiritualism. I think that we take the topic pretty seriously, considering one half of the show is a psychic medium, and I didn't hear anything back. So, but it was the second time they had canceled and seemed kind of, that's the way things happen sometimes.
Just wasn't meant to be.
Wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because it gives us the opportunity to do some different things. And it gives us the opportunity to kind of have a little bit of a chilled out night.
Which I think we needed tonight, let's be honest.
We have been running around like crazy getting ready for our excursion to Lake Shawnee this weekend, where we'll be with Forsaken Souls.
I had a dentist appointment today, and I walked too much and my ankle hurts, and we have a lot more things to get ready, so...
But, once we get to a point where Jenny can start taking medium seriously, then maybe we can have some people on. Maybe we can have some people on to talk about mediumship. One day it'll happen.
I mean, I think, I don't know. I know that our friend Charity had gotten multiple people leave nasty comments on her YouTube videos at one point, because they didn't understand why she would laugh. And if you can't find humor in the world, then we're just not going to mesh anyway. If you can't laugh about mud cracks, Yeah. And Hoaxers is right. That's science stuff. That's not medium stuff. Oh, you have to go back to the dentist on Tuesday. I know, buddy. I know. It was not fun for me today. The dentist lady was so close up on me at one point that her chest was in my face and I could feel her breathing on me. It's like, oh my God, can we please? Yes, I had the vampire teeth removed, but they're right here if we want to get real serious. There we go. I can do the rest of the stream with the vampire teeth in.
Well, one of the last videos we posted was the Witching Hours 2-year anniversary highlight reel.
There's a lot of funny stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Keisha.
Inside jokes and just kind of seeing how things had gone and how the show's
Amber,
grown.
that's so fun. You had deer just come up and eat your pumpkins.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome. I love animals.
We do have some we do have a lot of stuff on the horizon. We can go ahead and talk about that for a second. Guess we have coming up. So next week we have Jackson Skellhaus. He's going to be on the show next week.
Oh yeah, Jackson, who was on the ghost story with the scary girl.
Yeah, he's going to come on and talk more about another thing that he had happened. I'm sure we'll talk about the ghost story he discussed on the Halloween special, and we're going to talk about his podcast and what he's into, and we're going to talk about Lord of the Rings a little bit. We're going to talk about the spirituality of Lord of the Rings. So that could be an interesting conversation.
He was not willing to call himself a Lord of the Rings expert, but he is very knowledgeable about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, if you go check out some of his podcasts, he's going through like the Lost Texts of Tolkien, the Silmarillion, and he does like a chapter where he does like a breakdown discussion of like each one. He really gets into Iluvatar, and so we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that next week. Then we're not going to have a show on Thanksgiving. You guys can eat all the turkey and go lay down and go to sleep. We're not going to make you stumble over your computer after too many slices of pumpkin pie or anything like that.
But we might have the Lake Shawnee episode come out on YouTube that day. So if you are chilled out after you've eaten too much turkey, maybe you can watch it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a premiere. We'll either do it on Thanksgiving or on the 7th. We'll see how the editing goes for that.
Yeah, gotta give Frosty some time to get it together.
Yeah. On the 30th, we're going to have Irene and Danica back. So they're going to come. We're going to miss Irene. She's not going to be at Lake Shawnee, but we're going to be with her people.
I'm just hoping that for some reason something happens
she shows
and
up.
that she's just going to be there.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
It'll just be a surprise.
But I'm looking forward to seeing the other Forsaken Souls people. And I don't know if they're not going to have a medium that night. Maybe we have one who can stand in. You got to take it seriously. You got to take it seriously, though. It's serious business.
I might not be serious
business, Johnny. Don't be joking around.
Michael Mantis?
Don't be joking around talking about mud cracks.
Mud cracks.
And we are moving right along. We have some other, we have a couple of guests who are coming on to talk about UFOs. I'm not going to say who it is yet. Okay. One of them is a pretty big name who has been on a lot of big UFO circuits and has been previously a guest on Coast to Coast AM and Midnight in the Desert with Art Bell. And that will be coming up soon. So we're looking forward to that. So lots of good things.
Rossi's really excited about that one.
Look, I mean, it's no secret. When we came up with the idea to do this show, and you were like, what would we like to do? And I said, I would love to do a paranormal show just discussing anything about the supernatural paranormal, because I was obsessed when I was younger with listening to Art Bell and all the shows that came on. And so to be able to get to a point where we have some of those same guests come on our show is quite, it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I'm nerded out. It's okay. It's okay. So we have lots coming up. We're in another cycle of booking, so there'll be all kinds of things coming your way. And feel free to drop us a line in Discord if there's someone you would like to see on the show. Or if there's someone you want to see come back to the show. I think just about everyone we've had on here has expressed an interest in doing a show with us again. So we have a lot to get through. But if there's someone like, man, I really wanted to see you guys talk about this with this person, throw it in Discord and we'll get on it as we move into 2024.
Yeah. We've had so many amazing guests, and like almost every one of them have been like, oh, we're going to have them back. And now we're like, I don't know which ones to have back.
Yeah.
Which ones do we have back?
Well, we got to have Mark Hunter Brooks on again. We know that.
Of course. He's a regular now.
Yeah. And there's quite a bit. Lots of things going on. We talked about having Michael Mantis on, so maybe I'll send him an email.
Could do a Saturday stream next year in the middle of the day, since you're over there across the pond. Yep. Indeed. Thanks, CMC. We try to have fun around here. Apparently, some people don't like that.
It just is what it is. You're not. Everything's not for everybody. Everything's not for everybody.
No, it takes all kinds, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's how the world works. But
yeah, Michael Manus, if you want to come on at this time because it's the actual witching hour, for you, that would be fine. I just don't want to keep you up past your bedtime. So don't we have?
Yeah, we have another returning guest.
Yeah.
Who was
Also
with us live tonight.
Yeah.
But also
she was thinking she wasn't going to be. So she made us a
video. In video spirit. So so it's that time again. We are going to go over moon phases with Alyson, the priestess of Wonderland.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me on the Witching Hours podcast. Sorry that I couldn't be there today, but I'm here to talk about the moon for November. So last month in October was a very, very moon-centered month. We had 2 eclipses in October. We had the start of spooky season or Scorpio season. And it was kind of a wild and chaotic month. November is looking, I'd say a little bit tamer, but it's like a lot tamer. And this week in particular is I'm calling it the recovery week. It has this feeling of just like release or relief from the chaos that was eclipse season. But really the entirety of November kind of has that same recovery feeling too. We still have 3 planets in retrograde right now, but they're outer planets and their retrogrades are a lot longer than like your Mercury retrograde or your Mars or your Venus retrograde. And they also have more of like a collective feel to them, or even like a big picture feel. So they're not as intense. You have a long time to process them, versus like a Mercury retrograde is a few weeks and it's like chaos happening in that short amount of time. Whereas these outer planets are a little bit more like you have room to move and there's a little bit more wiggle room. It's not just like chaos all the time. One of the planets that's retrograde is Uranus, which is the planet of liberation and freedom. So that can be pretty chaotic and volatile. And that's what we're kind of seeing on a more global standpoint. Uranus is going to be retrograde until January 1st. It went retrograde at the end of August. From a broad standpoint, these are like really big shifts and changes that are happening on a global level. So we're going to be seeing that energy until the beginning of January 1st, New Year's Day. Neptune is also retrograde, and it went retrograde at the end of June is when Neptune went retrograde. So Neptune is the planet of subconscious energy, of the dream world, spirituality. When we think of Neptune, we think of the god of the sea. So this is like underwater, dreamy kind of energy. And how that kind of plays out in our lives is it feels very much like, I'll get to it later. Yeah, I don't have the energy to do it now. Maybe next year, maybe when I save money, that's when you start making excuses of like putting things off. It feels like Neptune retrograde feels very kind of procrastinating, making up these excuses of like, oh, I'll do it again next year. The good news is it will go direct December 6th. So we don't have that much longer. I think this is kind of important to remember about retrogrades is that they give us this opportunity to relearn something. It's not like you're missing some opportunity to capture your goals and achieve your dreams. It can be like an integrative process where you're like just learning something new and different that might help you eventually reach your dreams. So I think the key to retrogrades is just to not fight it, to just kind of like, okay, like the things will change, like this, it's going to go direct in December. Just be patient and like wait for the planets to shift a little bit. But it doesn't mean that you can't focus and think and dream. Sometimes Neptune retrogrades can actually make your dreams a little bit more lucid, and you might be able to tap into subconscious energy a little bit easier. But it's just, there's no movement to it. You're not taking action on things, even though inaction is still action. So this is it's more of like a planning kind of process in regards to your dreams. So if you've been feeling like things, like if you've been working on a big project all year and it's like not moving forward, it's really just almost like this holding pattern. Just be patient. Like it will eventually work itself out. Like don't try to force it, because you're just wasting energy trying to force something that's not going to happen. Another big one is Jupiter. Jupiter went retrograde in September. Now, this is the one that I think we might be feeling a little bit more just because of the holiday season coming up. So Jupiter is the planet of growth and expansion, but also like prosperity and abundance, like all of these like really like exciting big things that happen in your life, and like job promotions, or like just accomplishments and just like abundance in general. Jupiter's the planet of luck as well. So having this planet be retrograde around the holiday season has, like, the word Grinch comes to mind for me. Like, I think this is going to be a very Grinchy Christmas, because it's not going to go direct until December 30th. It does have this very restrictive feeling to it. And more importantly, it's in the sign of Taurus. And Taurus likes really nice, high quality, expensive, fancy things. So this is maybe learning lessons about ingratitude, really. So I think this month is going to be, and we focus on gratitude anyways with the Thanksgiving holiday in the month of November. So I feel like the theme for November is gratitude, and December might be the Grinch month. So I just wanted to talk about those bigger planets. Again, these are longer retrograde periods, so they're more slow moving and integrative. It's not like a Mercury retrograde where it's like 2 weeks of just like nothing's working, big chaos like that. It's just like broader perspective. Now that we've gotten that taken care of, all of the other planets are moving regularly. They're all direct. They're all in their regular motion. The planets closest to us are entering into, Mercury is already in Sagittarius. Mars is still in Scorpio, but will move into Sagittarius at the end of the month. Venus is a little bit behind. It's only entering Scorpio in December. So that means it won't be in Sagittarius until probably like January or something like that. So basically the month of November has this Scorpio and Sagittarius feel. So what this says to me is that I feel like this can extend spooky season. One of those reasons being we didn't enter Scorpio sun season until October 23rd or something like that. So, and we're not entering Sagittarius season until November 22nd. So we've got the first 3 weeks of November to kind of continue this spooky energy, especially with the new moon in Scorpio on November 13th. But let's start at the beginning here. We have a waning moon for the first few weeks of November. So this week currently we have a waning crescent moon. So this is when you only see like a little sliver in the sky, and it's just slowly decreasing, because we had our last quarter moon on November 5th. Especially fall waning moons, this is your permission to take it easy, relax a little bit. If you need to tie up some loose ends on things, do that this week. But really, you won't need to start moving forward and having those like more active days until after November 13th, basically. So like this whole week, like if you're just feeling like you can't get things done and you're feeling low energy and you're tired, let yourself rest, take it easy, order takeout, skip the load of laundry, like do whatever it is that makes your life a little bit easier, because it's just a low energy time. Allow yourself to have low energy. When we allow ourselves to rest and rejuvenate and recuperate, then we're like replenished for the rest of the month. Then that energy is gonna start slowly increasing. So the big moon phases that we have this month are the new moon in Scorpio. Like I said, this is a regular moon. This is a water moon. It's Scorpio and spooky, but I mean, I feel like it's really going to be cleansing and releasing after the kind of chaotic eclipse season that we had last month. A Scorpio full moon feels more intense to me. A Scorpio new moon is really about that like replenishment and that cleansing, and that maybe diving into some divination or meditate, like things that really help you kind of tap into that spiritual realm. So that's on November 13th. And then we have a first quarter Aquarius moon at the end of that week. Really, after a first quarter moon is when that energy starts building and increasing. So lots of energy as we move into Sagittarius season on the 22nd. And Sagittarius is really about what's that next adventure. So it gives us this opportunity. Sagittarius season being so close to the end of the year is kind of like reflecting on 2023 and looking ahead at 2024. Because remember, the Sagittarius symbol is the arrow or the centaur. So the centaur is ready for that adventure. And, the arrow is like pointing you in whatever direction that you want to go in. Then at the very end of the month on November 27th, we have our full moon in Gemini. Gemini season is back at the beginning of the summer. So this is fun in the sun kind of energy. Gemini likes to have fun and is represented as the twins, which represents duality. So this is, you can work hard, you can play hard. They're just really lighthearted and understanding because they understand both sides of the coin. They understand the light and they understand the dark, and they're able to kind of sit in the middle and kind of relate to all aspects of things. So they get along with people really well because they just understand all of the things, all of the different facets that is in our complicated human personas. So a Gemini full moon is really expressing something, expressing yourself, expressing your duality, using positive affirmations, like any intentions that you set on the Scorpio new moon, say them loud and proud on the Gemini full moon, because just using your words is really going to solidify your intentions and your commitment to them. And then, that brings us to the end of the month. I'll be back here on the Witching Hours on November 30th to talk about December. So basically, the month of November, what I'm saying or what I'm recommending is for these first few weeks, let yourself still be spooky. Like, keep your Halloween decorations out. I have some Halloween movies that I still need to watch. Maybe try to communicate with your ancestors. Keep your ancestor altar up, or maybe decide to keep it up all year round. I keep mine up all year round. I just decorate it extra for Halloween season. So allow yourself to be spooky these first 3 weeks of November. Then we're moving into Sagittarius, which is more of that reflection and, ooh, what am I excited for next? And whatever you're excited for, shout it loud and proud on the full moon in Gemini, because Gemini wants to talk about it. So that's the moon for November. Thank you so much for having me, you guys. I'm excited to come back on November 30th. So thank you so much for having me again, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Alyson.
We always love the updates. Thank you so much. And we will. We'll have Alyson back live on November the 30th. So
Do you still need to switch the scene there, my dear?
Oh, do I?
Yeah, we're still on we're on a YouTube scene.
We should.
Or maybe did I pause it?
I don't know. You're messing me all up tonight. You're saying my audio is wrong. You're saying I'm on the wrong screen. I don't know what's going on.
It was my fault.
I don't know what's going on. I got someone in my ear giving me all the wrong directions.
I have to turn the volume on for the stream when there's other things happening. Then I have to turn it off. And instead of turning it off, I accidentally hit paused. And that's what I did last time.
Thank you for coming on,
Sorry.
Priestess. We always enjoy it. We'll be back on the 30th, and we'll be getting into full-blown holiday season. I know, poor
Yeah.
Frosty hoaxers. You don't know what I deal
know.
with. You don't know what
I'm
I deal
sorry.
with.
But we did get your sound fixed, and that was important.
Yeah, we'll be in full-blown holiday mode by the time just in a few weeks when Alyson's back on. We'll be after Thanksgiving. We'll be into people will be decking the halls, I imagine. It's right around the corner. It really is.
I liked the suggestion of continuing spooky season.
Continuing spooky season. I feel like it already is kind of naturally happened that way.
Yeah.
Usually once Halloween is over, I am ready to like get the decorations down and kind of move on. And this time I've been letting them linger a little bit more. So I don't feel like a huge motivation to get them down. So maybe there's a reason for that.
Yeah. It's what was it, the Jupiter in retrograde procrastination. I know I'm feeling that recently.
Yeah, I don't feel like I ever got completely out of that funk we came out of last winter, to be honest with you.
Continued the whole year.
The whole year. It's been a slow funk. But excellent. All right, so moving forward for this evening, Jenny, what did you want to do this evening?
Well, we have open lines, so if anybody wants to call in and talk about something, we can do that. And we can also do remote viewing exercise like we've done in the past, which would be firstly starting with a poll of suggested times and or places which we could remote view. That could be in the past or in the future or in the present. Anywhere, anytime, any place.
I almost wonder if we should do it a different way. I wonder if I should pick a
Why do you get
picture
to pick?
of a time and a place. So that way I know what's going on instead of you knowing what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. We do it all together.
What I'm saying is if I pick something, this is my thought process. If I pick something that no one knows what it is, and see if people can remote view what it is.
So you want to do like the kind of remote viewing that we did the very first time, a long time ago, where he's going to pick a picture of a place and a time and or time, and then we have to figure out what it is.
And then you guys will try to view what it is that this time and this place.
Okay. It looks like people are excited about this.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, we can. I mean, we've done that one before a very long time ago, so we could do that again.
All right, let me think of something here. Let me find something. So not only am I going to think of a place here, but I am going to bring up some pictures that go with the place as well.
CMC, we could do a little meditation like we do with the other kind, where we can get everybody in the right state of mind to see what it is. So it'll be some similar but different than the way we've been doing it. But this was the very first remote viewing exercise we did on the Witching Hours a long time ago. Do we need the Jeopardy theme song going on here?
No, I have something. I'm just trying to get some pictures up. Okay. All right. If you want to do the.
All right.
It will be good to go.
Are we ready? There better be no place with scary clowns. Does it count if we can see the reflection in your glasses?
Maybe I need to take the glasses off. There we go.
We're not ready, hosters. Not ready. You got to get ready. All right. So if you want to participate, if you'd like to participate in this remote viewing exercise, what's happening is Frosty has come up with a location and or time and place to for us to try to remote view. So we are going to do a little meditation to get ourselves in the right state of mind to see what it is that Frosty wants us to see. And then you can come back to the chat, and then hosters, and then you will type what you think it is. So if you would like to participate in this, get yourself comfy cozy. And we're going to close our eyes. And then we're going to start our breathing. Breathing in as deeply as you can. Feeling the air go down your throat, into your lungs. Feeling your chest expand. Holding the breath for a second. And exhaling. Keep breathing just like this. And as you are doing your deep breaths in, holding it for a second, and exhaling, I want you to feel your body relax. Feel your mind relax. You have any thoughts appear? Just watch them go by like a cloud. We are clearing our mind with our breath. Do another deep breath in together. And out. Now, in your mind's eye, like an imagination, like you're seeing a picture in your mind, I want you to see, feel, hear, sense, or know what it is that Frosty is wanting us to see. Whatever you see or hear or sense, keep it in mind. Give it a little bit longer to see, hear, sense, feel something about the location or time that Frosty has chosen. When you're ready, come back to yourself, open your eyes. And you're welcome to write it down or just go ahead and put it straight into the chat. Okay. I'll wait a little while to put mine in the chat because I know there's a delay.
All right, so we have Hoaxsters, 1300s, Pacific Ocean.
That was before we started.
Oh, that was before we started. Greenfields, a castle ruins. Okay. Lou said they felt warm, close to the water. There were statues around. Singapore, or Laos came into my head. Granted, that may just be where you would rather be now. This isn't be a tough one because it could be like any point in time, any event, any location.
Hoaxster said a spaceship taken off from NASA headquarters location, August 1955, or during U.S. and Russian space race.
The CMC said 2 different views of a sailing ship here. So we have lots of water so far. We have palm trees, hurricane, sailing ships.
Yeah.
Spaceships.
Was near water as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Close to the water, Lou said.
Anybody else got any see anything? Anybody else that participated?
Yeah, we'll give it another minute.
I was gonna do what's in the box next Tuesday, but maybe we could do some what's in the box tonight too.
Yeah, maybe we could do a what's in the box, and then let's just be a bathroom and water. Are we ready?
Yeah.
So there's some that got some things from it. I think a couple of different things could be attributed to this. So what the event and the time that I chose was the 1600s, specifically 1609 to 1610 at Berkeley Plantation in Virginia, where the first American Thanksgiving took place.
Oh. Huh.
So
you got some pictures? Put the pictures up so people can see what if there's anything that they saw.
Well, what I'll do is I have it on like a Google Images, so I'll bring that over. We can look at the desktop there.
No Lions football game. Okay.
So it's
That's
interesting, though.
Like Michael Manus said, castle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's castle-ish.
Castle-ish.
It's like a manor house.
The American version.
Yeah. Fancy manor house is definitely the American version of a castle.
Now, one of the things I think that hit pretty well too was CMC. He said he saw 2 different views of sailing ships. So if we go to
Green Fields, yeah,
the Green Fields. So if you don't know the history of Berkeley Plantation and the first Thanksgiving in America, not in Massachusetts but in Virginia, essentially. There's a little story here that I can read that kind of goes over the basic idea here. After 2.5 months on the Atlantic, the ship entered the Chesapeake Bay on November 28th, 1619. So I think you're wrong there. It took another week to navigate the stormy bay, but they arrived at their destination at Berkeley 100, later called Berkeley Plantation, on December 4th. They disembarked and prayed, and this is where I don't think they had much to eat left on the ship, and so the main idea of what they were eating at that point in time was ham and oysters. So at the behest of written orders given by Berkeley Company to Captain Woodleaf, it was declared that their arrival must be yearly and perpetually kept a holy as a day of thanksgiving to Almighty God. And that's exactly what they did for 2 years until they were attacked by the Powhatan Indians. Berkeley 100 was abandoned. And for 3 centuries, people didn't know historically anymore that that was the first Thanksgiving.
Mm.
So there we go. So it's right when they got off the boats.
So there was a sailing ship involved, CMC.
Definitely a sailing ship involved.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they were celebrating, was that they made it across the ocean.
Hello, Cujo of Salem's Lot. Yes, the Croatan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, Croatoan. Yeah, the Croatoan.
Croatoan. Mm-hmm.
That was the Croatoan were in North Carolina, essentially, right? And where Berkeley Plantation is, you have the Powhatan Nation, which was alliance there. So, yeah,
the Croatoans are the ones that get blamed for the Roanoke Island incident.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows what really happened there?
Yeah, they celebrated getting off the ship.
Yeah, exactly. God, that must have been miserable.
Yeah, most definitely would have been the British flag.
Yeah.
It would have been the old Union Jack.
Uh-huh. Hosters did say something about a ship, too. It was just a spaceship.
Anyway, I thought that was...
I kept seeing a beach and it was windy. So, yeah, I think there was some... Everybody kind of got a little bit of stuff there. Yeah. Ships, water, castle-y Greenfield stuff. Yeah. Different kinds of ships. Yeah. All right. Well, let's do a couple what's in the box. Let me get something.
What's in the box? Let's find out. Yeah, that was pretty good. We got some pretty close ones on that. Especially for that one where you're just, I mean, it could be anything, anywhere, at any time. I mean, I think people kind of nailed it. Got pretty close considering. That was a tough one. Yeah, I did. I had a good little streak going there for what's in the box. We haven't done it in a while, though.
All right, I have 3 potential things for what's in the box. 3 rounds here. So we're going to start with the first one. Here's our box. Our beautiful little red box. It's not very big. So you want to use your senses just like you just did when we did our remote viewing exercise. So if it's helpful, close your eyes, clear your mind, and then see what you can see, and then take your guess. What's in the box? I don't know, Michael Manus. I don't know if we would have known if it had a red flag or not. But it would have had, I'm sure that the ship would have had the British flag on it, because that's where they were coming from.
Mm-hmm. And now they fly the American flag there. I did see a picture of the American flag.
Number 2. Okay.
But if there was like a coat of arms or something like that they would have had, I don't know if we would necessarily know because it was abandoned. So the original history probably isn't. I don't know. It'd be something to look into.
This box actually smells good. Why does it smell good? I guess it was next to my incense. Maybe that's why it smells good. Okay, so CMC said a red crystal or rock, squarish, and Lou says a name tag. More guesses. We need more guesses. Put your guess in. What's in the box? The flag was on the castle manor, like the images Frosty had on Google. Oh yeah. Oh, you mean like was there a picture of a flag on the yeah. He said he did see one where there was an American flag flying.
Mm-hmm. There was an
on
American
the Google
flag.
images. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we started hoaxers. What's in the box? Cujo says a necklace. What were the ship's names, Frosty? Do you know the ship's names?
It was the good ship Margaret.
The good ship Margaret. A small line thing, also maybe something knitted, I guess. All right, a little bit longer for what's in the box number 1. On Tuesday, we're going to do Kim's game too, which I think is going to be fun.
I'm going to say something bluish.
Bluish. Okay.
Like a turquoise.
All right. Last chance for a guess. So CMC got something close, and I think Luce kind of got something close. What's in the box is my battery for my Nikon camera that I just pulled off of the charger. So it's rectangular, but that's, rectangles and squares are pretty close. And it does have words on it, which a name tag would definitely have words on it. So there you go. That was the first what's in the box. Good job. Good job. You saw a school name tag, but I will go with the small win. Yeah. It was like name tag sized and it has words on it. I think that's pretty close. Pretty close. All right. Do we want to do round 2? Round 2 of What's in the Box. All right, same box, different thing in the box. So take a look at the box. Ooh, Sugar Cube, thanks for the follow. What's in the box? So clear your mind. Use your extrasensory perception. What's in the box? You didn't miss all of it, Sugar Cube. I think we are kind of towards the end, though. I think it's going to be a short night tonight.
Yeah, we have.
So.
Yeah, we have a lot to do, but that's good for you guys because you're going to get hopefully some exciting content out of our excursion this weekend.
So Luce said an oval. Michael Mantis said mostly air. As CMC said, seen a silver chain or snake-shaped item. Luce says, I want to say it's your stone with hope on it or whatever the word is. I have a trust and a happiness. Poster said a painted rock, green color. Keisha, oblong, shiny with green and opal. This one's tricky. Tricky one. You see a red box, yes. Correct, CMC. You're very astute. If we don't get it, we'll flip some rocks. All right, last call for round 2 of What's in the Box. Frosty, did you have a guess?
I don't.
Okay. Do you want to take a guess now before we open the box?
Something kind of roundish and brown.
Okay. Sugar Cube said something shiny, and Hoster said chocolate for later. That sounds excellent, Hosters. I wish. All right. I don't know if anybody got this one really. Maybe Michael Manus, actually. I guess he said mostly air. And he would be correct. Okay, this is what it is. If you are not aware what this is, it is a tiny miniature My Little Pony blanket.
Mm.
And it has lightning bolts on it. Pink, yellow, and blue. So Michael Manus, you see how tiny this is, right? It's like flat. I think that you were the closest with just air. It's mostly air. Lightning bolts do travel through air. You're correct. All right, I have one more item we can do.
All right, let's do one more.
Last one. Okay. Last item is in the box. Remember, clear your mind. Whatever you see or feel or think first, let that be your answer. So CMC said a card of some sort. Hoaxer said a star, if not something shiny and metal. Mantis says, I want to say nothing is in the box. Nothing or a hairpin. Photo or some sort of cut paper. Cylindrical. Keep hearing it. Catch. Oh, I thought it said ketchup. K-cup and tea.
I saw the color white. So
I was getting ready to say, what color are people picking up on for this thing? Because I will give you a hint. It's mostly one color, but there is a small second color to it. CMC said white card with some red. Lou said white. Hoaxer said metal color, so gray. And Michael Manna said, I got a dark color with the word nothing. It's the metal version of what's in the box. What did you get for your birthday? Nothing. All right, last call for what's in the box number 3, gray and dark, Keisha says. This box really does smell good. Gotta do it with the screamo voice. I don't think I can do that kind of voice. Frosty probably can, though. All right, so I'm gonna say that box of smells. Yeah, it smells good. There was a mention of something that was close, and some of you guys got some of the color stuff correct. Okay. It's a red scrunchie.
Red scrunchie.
And it has a white tag on it. So CMC, white, you said card, but it's a tag. That's pretty close. With red. Lou said white. There's a white tag. Frosty said white tag. And Michael Mantis said a hairpin, which is a hair tie. You thought it was going to be a red flag for a second? Yeah. Here's your red flag, Michael Mantis. It's waving on top of the castle for you.
It all comes back around again.
No beating sticks today, hoaxers. So a lot of you got some things correct with the what's in the box and the remote viewing today. Good work, everybody.
Yep. A little bit of way to have a little bit of a hangout tonight.
Michael's just seeing into the future. Yeah, there's the red flag.
We'll be doing that on the prediction show.
Yeah, what's in the future?
What's in the future?
Yeah, that'll be at the end of January.
What's in the future?
Or end of December. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got some time. We got a couple months to start getting predictions down, and when you guys are ready, you can start sending those into us. We'll take any and all predictions for 2024.
Yes.
And we'll
no problem.
That'll be an interesting show. I think the funnest part about the show, not just making the predictions, but we get to go back and go over last year's predictions.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
see how we did.
Oh yeah, 2025 is aliens, so we'll inching closer.
Yeah.
All right.
There. So don't forget, people, I will not be on tomorrow night now because we're going to be going ahead and starting our trip to West Virginia. So no stream tomorrow night. And I won't be on Monday morning either. I'm taking that day to recuperate from our trip over the weekend, especially since my ankle is not up to par yet. So the next stream will be Tuesday night stream. We're going to be doing more What's in the Box. Maybe we'll do some remote viewing exercises also. Mm-hmm. And We can do Kim's game, which will be something new. And then we'll have Wednesday morning stream, Thursday witching hours with Jackson, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we've got going on for next week.
And if you aren't following us on Discord, make sure you jump on the Discord page, because I imagine we will be sharing quite a bit through our trip tomorrow and then Saturday night. If anyone's on there, we might even do some impromptu like chit chats while we're out there, and kind of maybe stream from Discord, so you guys can kind of see where we're at, and maybe take you on a little bit of a tour of.
That's if the internet.
Yeah, if we got internet, we'll see if and they did last time. So it just depends on our service, what it's like when we get out there.
Which is awful.
But if we can, we will go on take you guys on a little tour of Lake Shawnee amusement park while we're there. We got a lot of time. We get there at like 1:30, and we're locked in there until 10 o'clock the next morning. So we have a lot. So we should be able to do a lot. So
hopefully it ain't too pooky.
Yeah. Oh, and I noticed that for the moon phases, it's going to be pretty dark. We'll be coming up on a new moon, so there's not going to be a whole lot of moonlight out there.
Not going to be a lot of light out there either. Yikes.
So it's going to be...
That's something we need to put on our list for us too. We need flashlight. Add a flashlight or two to that list.
Yeah. Say goodbye to our phone batteries. They're just going to be constantly on charge.
And thank you, Luz, for mentioning there is a Witching Hours podcast TikTok.
That's right.
Such a thing exists now.
Yeah. We post some highlights over there.
CMC is going to be traveling next week. No problem, CMC.
Yep. So we'll be up and around, updating everybody tomorrow and on Saturday, and interacting. Hopefully we can do that little live stream on Discord or something. So stay in touch, and we'll see you guys next time.